Hey, what's up, Guardians? It's Nightcrawler here. Today we're going through the Abyss on the Crota raid on hard. So there's several different ways to do this, but this way is usually the easiest and allows hunters to basically solo it for the rest of their group. There's some other ways to do it, having a Titan and Warlock, for instance, jump up on the lamp. That's why I skipped the second lamp in this run, just so that if they got a chance to jump off the rock onto the ledge, they could kind of maybe meet me up there. I don't believe they're successful this time, but that's okay. So a couple of things in preparation, if you are running a hunter that you want to note for this. First off, gotta have Bladedancer with invisibility. A couple of perks that you want to make sure you have are Escape Artist, which is a blink strike perk for when you melee, you turn invisible for around like 10 seconds or so. Also, you want to have the crouching invisibility set, and you want to have Shadow Jack on as well, because that will extend the duration of all invisibility techniques. Lastly, you want to have the exotic gauntlets that don't touch me's equipped. What those will do is as soon as you're meleeed, you will turn invisible. Now, that invisibility duration is the shortest. The blink strike escape artist and the crouching invisibility last, I would say, roughly 10 seconds or so. The melee invisibility from the gauntlets are about half that time. So pretty much what you're going to do is run from lamp to lamp, shaking the darkness off you. You're going to want to spec your hunter to have full agility and then also hold a weapon that has lightweight. Gotta love that thrall huddle there. So I'm using the Vex Mythic class right now. A couple other weapons would be Murmur, um, Meta Multi-Tool, and let's see, Swordbreaker. Um, there's quite a number of weapons that have that lightweight perk on there. So that gives you +2 agility in addition to all your other agility. So basically, until you hit weight of darkness 10, you really don't slow down. You can't really jump, but as you can see here, I'm level, well, you can jump, but just not double jump, I should say. Um, I'm still able to fly pretty quickly until I hit about weight of darkness 10. So what you're going to do again is make your way lamp to lamp using a combination of the blink strike escape artist, the crouching invisibility, and taking a melee hit to turn invisible. So each invisibility effect has a cooldown. The melee hits really don't, I'm sorry, when you are meleeed, you really don't. But when you do the blink strike or the crouching, there is a period of cooldown. The advantage of the blink strike is you can see it down in your HUD, but the invisibility from crouching has a bit of a cooldown. I've heard you can do 4 quick crouches to reset it. Sometimes you don't always have the luxury of even getting that done. Um, and also another important thing to note is you don't really need to be invisible every time you're running lamp to lamp. You don't always have that option. Sometimes you're waiting for your stuff to cool down, and in that case where you just saw, you can just breeze right by, pass by the night and everything else too. So um, time it right so you can always basically have a way to turn invisible. So for instance, if you're running and there's nothing around you, you don't need to be invisible. But in that instance there, you saw I was getting approached by Thrall, so I just did a quick melee, and that bought me about 10 seconds of time, so I can shake this darkness and move to the actual next lamp. And you really have to be careful taking those melee hits because those Thrall can hit you like a tidal wave and you will die. So you want to just make sure you barely get nipped and run. So now I've made it to the last pillar, and you want to stay here as long as you can. And then you want to touch the plate, and that'll start the activation of the bridge. As long as you're alive and in the vicinity of this little area, the bridge will continue to construct. The issue is normally on 26 or I'm sorry, 30, the normal mode, you would hop on the rock and take the ogre out. The ogre is extremely tough on this mode, so I always choose to just completely avoid him. So what I'll do is take cover behind these 2 rocks right by the bridge. So I'll mix up blink strike, crouching invisibility, melee invisibility. With my super for Bladedancer, I actually have vanish selected. So that's kind of in a minute here when I'll get in a pinch, I'll use that. So right now I'm just kind of staying around these rocks. You can see right there, boom, hit the vanish. That'll buy me a good bit of time so I can just hang out. And you also are able to move really fast in this mode. So again, I'm just hiding behind the rock here. The ogre is way over on the other side. He hasn't even seen me. Sometimes the ogre will walk over to the plate and shoot at you, which just adds more stress. But if you typically stayed back over here, hopefully he won't see you. And you just got to keep your cool. As you can see, it gets a little stressful. Curse throw, and the bridge is clear, and then you're good to go. As soon as you hear that music end, and you see the path forward, so yeah, you can see you can run out almost when the bridge doesn't really look like it's formed. So that's it. That's the Crota hard raid Abyss solo with the hunter. Um, should be a million times easier if you decide to do it on normal, and in that case, you can actually kill the ogre too. But this is hard mode. That's what you want. That's where all the good stuff is. So to all the guardians out there, happy raiding.